right, does this sound familiar? You have unexplained weight gain. Check. You're tired all the time. Check. Brain fog? Yep, check. Insomnia? Check. Muscle and joint pain? Check. Cold hands and feet? Check. And you don't just feel like yourself anymore. Well, you might have hypothyroidism. Dr. Stephen Hotze says it's commonly misdiagnosed and mistreated. Good to see you again.
Glad to be here, Carrie. Good to see you.
You as well. I think a lot of women will be relieved to know they may have this because all their lives doctors have been making them feel like they're a little bit cuckoo-cuckoo.
Well, you're exactly right. And one of the reasons I've written my book, Hypothyroidism, Health and Happiness, is to help women, keep women from being buffaloed by their physician to think their problems are all in their head.
Exactly.
They're not. It's in the hormones and primarily in the lack of adequate thyroid hormones within the cells. Now let me explain. Thyroid hormone made by the thyroid gland has to enter the cells. In the cells, thyroid hormones enable the cells to produce and use energy. It governs your metabolism. So if you don't get enough thyroid into your cells, you run sluggish. Everything from the brain to your heart, your whole body runs sluggish. And you get all these symptoms you listed: the fatigue, inability to think clearly, cold hands and cold feet, mood swings, joint muscle aches and pains, stomach problems, recurrent chronic infections, irregular menstrual period, mood swings, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, a whole host of problems which seem unrelated. So you go to the doctor and he goes, well, these aren't related, but there's a thread, a common thread that goes through, and that's the thread of hypothyroidism. And unfortunately, it goes misdiagnosed by most physicians. They don't even think about it.
Let's talk about why that is, though, and what are women especially being misdiagnosed with?
Well, what happens, they go to the physician, and a woman listens to this TV show program. She reads my book. She goes on the internet, goes to the doctor, says, I think I have hypothyroidism. And the doctor goes, well, let's do a blood test. And the blood test comes back normal. Okay, but the reason it does is because the blood test range is so wide and broad that 95% of the people fall within the normal range.
Right.
And so he uses only the blood test. He discounts her symptoms.
So what's the correct way?
Well, and what he does, he says, it's all in your head. Basically, here's an antidepressant, here's an anti-anxiety, here's some sleep medication. So what do you need to do? You need to find a doctor first that will listen to you and understand that these are real problems. They're not in your head.
Right.
You're not a neurotic. You're not a hypochondriac.
You're not cuckoo-cuckoo, as I say.
This is a real problem we see in women. At our center in Houston, Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we've only treated 30,000 patients for hypothyroidism. And these are people that have gone to other doctors, and the doctors just won't listen to them. And that's why I've written my book, Hypothyroidism, Health and Happiness.
Yes.
Because I want to educate the public. And so I'm on a book tour, and I'm here in Dallas, and I'm educating the public so they don't get buffaloed into thinking their problems are in their head.
Okay, so what's the correct way to treat hypothyroidism?
Well, unfortunately, when a doctor does diagnose by blood test, which is very rare, they give them a synthetic thyroid, which in our clinical experience at our center just doesn't work.
You do a natural one.
We use natural desiccated thyroid, and we've treated over 30,000 patients with that with wonderful success.
Yeah, I remember you've brought a lot of patients on who their lives have completely changed. So you have a book signing later today.
I do.
Let's talk about it.
Well, it's going to be in Garland at the Barnes & Noble in Garland, Texas. And I'll be there, and I'll give a little talk about hypothyroidism, and I'll be there to sign the book.
It's a fascinating topic, and I guarantee a lot of women have it, and they don't even know it. Dr. Hotze, good to see you as always. Thank you so much. And you can get a free copy of Dr. Hotze's book at thyroidanswer.com/GMT. The Hotze Health and Wellness Center is located in Houston, Texas, and you can call 281-698-8698 for more information, or log on to HotzeHWC.com. More GMT right after this break.